gorgeous pink blush. Hello and welcome back. My name is Chelsea. I'm an Australian living in Paris and I love all things fashion, sewing, all things French, and I love living here. It's been 6 months now and I'm working in the French fashion industry. My job is more on the business side of fashion, but my passion project is sewing, and so I love to make my own clothes. I love to make little projects, and I made this dress recently, and I've got a lot of projects up my sleeve that I'd love to start working on in the next couple of weeks. A lot of these are inspired from my fashion board on Pinterest, and I have been an avid user of Pinterest since 2010, 2011. So since I was little, and I just love it. It's a great way to source inspiration, not just for fashion, but any sort of topic. I find recipes on Pinterest. It can also be used as a virtual mood board. Like, this is a physical mood board, but Pinterest is a great way to just sort through your ideas and creative brainstorming. I have been doing a lot of fabric sourcing recently. A lot of these have been given to me, and some of these have been purchased in store in a nice fabric store here in Paris. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited. Okay, let me start. So when I saw this fabric last weekend, my jaw literally dropped because how stunning is this? It's so gorgeous. It's the perfect fabric for this project, this sewing pattern that I've had in mind and I've wanted to use. I printed it A0, which is quite a luxury if you know what PDF sewing patterns can be like. Getting it printed A0 is really nice. Just saves you the time of assembling it. But I saw this, and I think it was like 5 or 6 euros a meter, and I got 4 meters. It's just this cotton print. I'm so excited. I saw this dress online probably like a year and a half ago, and I fell in love. It also comes in a blue version, which is pretty cool, but I loved the red. I thought it was so feminine. This pattern that I'm choosing though is gonna be a bit more sophisticated and not too girly girl. Like, I think it's still quite put together. Like, I find this dress quite little girl, if you know what I mean, and I just can't wait to use this fabric. It's like so similar, and it's kind of got like a cream background. It's not a stark white, which I think is really nice. It's not too harsh. It's quite soft, so makes it extra feminine. Can't wait. And these are some other photos that have been sitting in my Pinterest board for a while. As you can see, my style is definitely floral and like girly, but also sophisticated. I don't ever want to look like too little girl, you know, too much of like princess. I think it's really nice if you can balance really feminine but also sophisticated. Anyway, I just love this dress, and I thought this pattern will be perfect for this print. I really hope I got enough. I think I need 5 meters or something. Then I got 4, so I might need to go back. I'm so pleased. Oh, I can't wait. So I got this McCall's sewing pattern recently. I've printed it and started assembling it, but I really like this robe. I've just been looking for a nice, plain, simple robe that I can wear around the house. This actually has a contrasting fabric in the hem as well as in the, you know, like the facing and the border, but I actually think I want to keep it the same fabric. And I have this gorgeous embroidery anglaise fabric. I spoke about this fabric last time and how I want to make a dress out of it to pair with my blazer, but I haven't found a right pattern for it, and I would definitely need a lining for that sort of thing. But I think in a gorgeous house robe it could look so elegant, and I am all for feeling elegant and put together when I'm at home. Like, I just feel so much more productive, and I think it just goes back to the idea that part of fashion is also like empowering yourself and just feeling better in yourself. And I think if we can wear beautiful things even when we're just in our own company, I think that can give us a real boost of confidence and healthy self-esteem. I'm pretty sure I need like 6 meters in this. I need 3.5, but for the contrast fabric, which I'm going to combine together out of the same material, I'm going to need an additional 2.2, so about 6 meters, which feels like a lot. I also have this double gauze fabric that I was given a couple of months ago. I don't know why, but this fabric always reminds me of baby clothes, and I just think it's so soft and like a cloud. I think I have more meters in this fabric, but I just really wanted to use this one up. It's just so beautiful. I'm gonna think about it. I'm going to finish assembling the PDF sewing pattern today or tomorrow, and then cut it out in the next couple of days and see if I have enough fabric. Fingers crossed. The next fabric, I am so excited to show you. I got this fabric that I'm about to show you the same day I got this fabric, just in a different store. This also made my drawer drop. I was just like in love. So it is this cotton gabardine in this gorgeous pink blush. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna make a trench coat, I'm pretty sure. I'm a little nervous because I haven't made a trench before. Actually, I think I attempted a trench last year and it was a bit of a fail. I didn't finish it. Something was off about that pattern, I swear. We'll blame the pattern. Anyway, I'm really keen to use this, and I have had these pictures on my Pinterest board for so long. To be able to be swanning around in a pink trench coat in Paris in autumn when it's not too cold, but also like you need something to be out and about. Oh, it's the dream. Like if I can pull this off, I will be so happy with myself. It's also got, I think they're called welt pockets. It's double breasted, so buttons on both sides. Got a collar, got cuffs. So I don't even know what you call them, but like those, it's even got loops in the cuffs. So I think it'll be a challenge, but I'm really excited. I picked up this sewing pattern in an op shop last year for 50 cents, I think. I'm just so excited. I don't know which one I'm gonna start first. At the moment, I've been starting a lot of projects at once, which can be a bit overwhelming if I start too many. I think I'm good at bouncing around 4. That probably seems like a lot. It's doable. It's nice to break it up, and like sometimes I have to put something on hold while I wait for some elastic, some zippers to arrive and stuff like that. Other times I just feel like I'm over that project. I just want to give it a rest and maybe come back to it in the future. So I think it's nice to have a few things to bounce around. It's like reading books. I'm totally that person that will read maybe 2 or 3 books at the same time. It makes life interesting, you know, and you don't feel the same every day. So I think there's nothing wrong with that. As long as I finish them, I think that's the most important thing. Okay, I've been really wanting to make a ruffle blouse. I saw this pattern on Instagram recently and I fell in love. There was another sewing influencer, a French content creator, who made it in this gorgeous red fabric, and I literally just want to make a duplicate. I want a red blouse like that, and I noticed that I have this pattern and I just thought this could be such a cute work dress. I think the fabric they chose is a little outdated, but it could just be so chic. I don't know what fabric I would use, but I think there's something so elegant about like the ruffles in a v-neck. But what I also like about that pattern that I showed you is that it's got the gorgeous ruffles at the cuff and like the balloon sleeves. It's just stunning. So I want to find some fabric for that project. Another fabric that I was given recently is this, I think it's Georgette, synthetic Georgette, and it's like Barbie fabric. It's so cute. I think I showed this in a previous video. I'm obviously going to need to line it, and I think I want to use it for this McCall's pattern I picked up recently. I got it printed and I'm really excited. I love the off-the-shoulder look. I think it's so elegant. This one also has the gorgeous balloon, is it balloon or bell bottom? I don't know, sleeves. It kind of looks like a nightie, but then when you pull it in the waist with this gorgeous sash, oh, divine. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to need to put some stabilizing paper underneath when I cut it out because it's quite slippery. You pin the fabric to this and it just stops it from slipping. I picked this paper up at a sewing store. I swear you could just use transfer paper, I think it is, or baking paper if you can get it large enough. It's fantastic. I really think that this is a necessity in your sewing tools. It gives me peace of mind, and it's actually a lot easier to cut when I'm using this underneath. So that's a little sewing hack for you. I need to go get the last fabric. Hold on. Sewing studio, it's a bit of a mess. That is the off-the-shoulder dress that I've cut out, and that's the Robe pattern, and this is my fabric stash. I need to get this fabric. Got it. Okay, my final fabric is this navy wool I was given by Biglarian Fabrics. I have about 4 meters. I really hope that's enough for this gorgeous pattern from McCall's. I love you, B. On Monday, it is September 1st, and I can feel the weather's already cooled down a fair bit and the autumn leaves are starting to arrive. So I think I'm going to need a woolen coat before I know it. I haven't made a coat before, so I'm excited. I don't want to put too much expectation on it. I would love to just be able to wear it. If it came out as beautiful as this picture and as what I've got on my Pinterest board, then that would be amazing. I also need to buy lining, so I'd love to find some really fun print to contrast it. There's something so nice about opening up a coat. You can just tell the inside is so well made and it's got this gorgeous like fun pop of color and print. I think it's so fun. It's actually really soft. I have a feeling it's a blend because usually wool is really scratchy and it's actually quite lightweight, but I think for winter it'll be perfect if I layer it with a scarf. It's just really nice texture. This pattern requires 5.4 meters. So we'll see. Why do I do this to myself? I think I just never know how much a pattern is going to require, and most of the projects that I make only need 2 meters because they're summery dresses. But like for proper big full body outfits, it's like 4 or 5 meters, like 6 meters for the robe. That's crazy. I need to start getting in that mindset when I'm going to fabric stores, like what am I actually going to use for this and how many meters am I going to need for a project like that? I have to start thinking about it. Anyway, I'm so excited about all these projects. I think I want to make this one first, only because we're soon entering the colder months and I think this will be really nice to wear on like a nice sunny day with my trench coat, maybe even to work. And I really, really love this PDF sewing pattern that I purchased with the sleeves, with the cinched waist. But I'm also very excited about the trench. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It feels like a challenge. They're not just really easy, quick projects, but I know it's good for me. And I know that if I want to get better at this skill, I'm going to have to do things that are a little bit out of my comfort zone. So I encourage you to do the same. If you are oohing and ahhing about a new project that you might just feel a little bit unconfident about, why not give it a go and just take it step by step? I'm here with you. I'm setting my own challenges. And I did have the goal in my resolutions this year to make 3 items of clothing that I haven't made before, so I can definitely tick that off with the trench or with the coat, all going well. The first project out of those 3 were the oven mitts and the apron that I made previously and I showed you. It's just nice to do things that are a bit out of the box. As I've said before, one of the best parts about sewing is this brainstorming and finding inspiration, and I think there's something so cool about whether you're shopping, whether you're browsing Pinterest, whether you're walking down the street and looking at other people's dresses, to be able to tell yourself, I could make that. Like, that's so cool. Like, who can say that these days, you know? Not many people. I think it's a pretty cool skill that we are working on. So I hope that could have encouraged you to maybe try something different. Definitely use Pinterest to find inspiration. I also really like finding inspiration on Vogue Runway. I have a subscription. You do need to pay. I think it's 25 Australian dollars a year, which I think is a bit silly, but anyway, the app is like super easy to use and it's just really nice to browse. So I love finding inspiration of Fashion Week. And speaking of Fashion Week, I am going to Fashion Week in a couple of weeks. I was invited by an Australian brand to help out with the sewing and just the backstage stuff, so I'm going to be working a total of 6 days. And I'm so excited. I did Fashion Week earlier this year with a brand called Christopher Esber. He's Australian. He also went to my fashion school, funnily enough, and had my fashion teacher. And it was one of the coolest experiences. I mean, I could spend all day sewing. If I was paid to do that, I would absolutely hands down do it. And I'm paid, which is great. Like, it's pretty physically demanding work. You can get quite a sore back and hands depending on the actual task that you're working on, but I just had so much fun. The day before the fashion show, I think I started work at 8:30 a.m. and I didn't get home until 6 a.m. the following morning. So I had an all-nighter. I had about 3 hours sleep until the show. It was just such a fun experience. So I'm really, really excited to do that again. Hopefully I'll be able to improve my sewing skills. That was also a really big plus from the last time. All that to say is that I am loving my sewing projects at the moment. I've got a lot of exciting things to look forward to when it comes to my projects. It's just like little by little. If you had told me that this time last year I would have my own sewing studio in Paris and be working in the fashion industry and be going to Paris Fashion Week, I would not have believed you. It's just such an encouragement. Like, you just don't know where you'll be next year, and you don't know where your skills and your passions are going to take you. Seriously, take it from me. I feel like I'm only just getting warmed up. So with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Happy sewing, and I wish you a great week. I'll talk to you soon.